Alright, in this video we're going to go ahead and go over the Unit 1 assessment. So after you watch this video, I want you to do the practice problems, and then once you do the practice problems, you'll be able to do our retest. Okay? So number 1, what is the value of the expression below? We have negative 1/5 times 3/8. So whenever we are multiplying two fractions, we need to remember to do top times top, bottom times bottom. So we're left with negative 1 times 3 and 5 times 8, which would give me negative 3 over 40. Your last step would be to see if you can simplify that fraction. And since 3 does not go into 40, we cannot simplify this. The answer was A. Number 2, what is the value of the expression below? So 6 and 8/10 times negative 8 and 25/100. So when we are multiplying our decimals, all we're going to do is line up the numbers. So I'm going to read this as 825 times 68. If you look at my work shown on the right, you can see I lined up the numbers and we multiplied it all the way out, and I got 56,100. The last thing you need to do is go ahead and count how many decimals we have. So 8 and 25/100 would be 2 places, 6 and 8/10 is 1 place, for a total of 3 places. That is why in our answer on the bottom, I had to move it back in 3 places. And then your last step is to go back and look at the signs. So we have one positive number times one negative number. So if they have different signs, my answer would be a negative. So the final answer was negative 56 and 1/10. Number 3, what is the value of the expression 3/5 times negative 6 and 5/10? So first thing I had to do, if you look again at my work on the right, we have to convert 3/5 to a decimal. I need to get these numbers into the same family. Once we do that, we can solve. So 3/5 as a decimal is the same as 6/10. So you're going to multiply. Again, we line up our numbers. Don't worry about the decimals. So we're going to read it as 65 times 6. If you multiply that out, you would get 390. Now we need to move our decimal back in. Since both of those numbers are in the tens place, I would move my decimal 2 place values back in. And the signs are different, so the product would be a negative. The answer was negative 3 and 9/10. Number 4, Patty has 4 cans of paint to paint her bedroom. Each paint can will cover 124 and 4/10 feet squared. How many square feet will Patty be able to cover if she uses all 4 cans of paint? So if each pan is 120, or each can has 124 and 4/10 square feet, if it covers that much, if she has 4, we're going to have to multiply to figure out the total amount that paint will be able to cover. So I did 124 and 4/10 times 4. Again, we line up our numbers. Don't worry about the decimal places. So it is 1,244 times 4, which I got 4,976. We had to move the decimal place 1 place to make that a whole number. So I need to move it back in 1 place. The answer was F, 497 and 6/10 feet squared. All right, number 5, there are 40 houses in a neighborhood. DirecTV provides cable to 1/4 of the houses. Suddenlink provides cable to 1/2 of the houses. Comcast provides cable to the remaining houses. In this neighborhood, how many houses does Comcast provide cable to? So in order to figure out our answer, we need to figure out how many people in the neighborhood have DirecTV and Suddenlink first. So to do that, if there's 40 total houses and 1/4 have DirecTV, I'm going to multiply 40 times 1/4 and get 10. Again, you can find this on the work on the right side of the problem. Do the same thing for Suddenlink. There's 40 total houses. If half have Suddenlink, that would be 20 houses. If we add those up, that means 30 houses have either DirecTV or Suddenlink. That leaves us with 10 houses having Comcast. So the answer was D, 10 houses. Number 6, Miss Cleveland had $80 to purchase school supplies for her class. She bought 32 glue sticks and 32 boxes of crayons. Each glue stick cost $1.40. Each box of crayons cost 59 cents. How much money did Miss Cleveland have left after these purchases? So if you look at my work I have on the right, there's a lot of there, so we're going to go ahead and go over it. So the first thing you need to do is figure out how much did Miss Cleveland spend on glue sticks. Well, she bought 32 of them. They cost $1.40. So we multiplied 32 times $1.40, and you would get she spent $44.80. Our next step is to figure out how much did she spend on crayons. Again, she bought 32 boxes of crayons. The crayons cost 59 cents. If you multiplied that out, you would get $18.88. We need to add the total cost that she spent on school supplies. So if she spent $44.80 and $18.88, we would add those together and find that she spent $63.68. But the question is asking how much money did she have left after these purchases. So we need to take the amount of money she had, which was $80, and subtract that from $63.68. And you would get your answer is $16.32. Brenda gave the cashier $30 to pay for 2 pairs of shorts. The cashier gave her $4.70 in change. Each pair of shorts cost the same amount. What is the cost in dollars and cents for each pair of shorts? So first thing we need to do is figure out how much she paid for the shorts. So if we subtract the $30 she gave the cashier minus what the cashier gave her back, we can figure out what the total cost was. So we could figure out if by subtracting she spent $25.30 on the 2 pairs of shorts. If they each cost the same amount, that means we are splitting it up by 2 or we are dividing by 2. So 25 3/10 divided by 2, and the cost of each pair of shorts was $12.65. All right, a gym membership has 15 members. Each member pays monthly dues of $15.80. On the first day of the month, 8 members paid their dues. The remaining members paid their dues on the second day of the month. How much money was collected in dues on the second day of the month? So first thing we need to do is figure out how many members paid their dues on the second day of the month. So if 8 paid on the first day and we have 15 members, we can do 15 subtracted by 8 and figure out that 7 people paid on the second day of the month. If each member has to pay $15.80, we can multiply that by 7, and the total amount of money they collected would have been $110.60. Number 9, what is the value of the expression below? So we have negative 16 and 8500 subtracted by 32 and 5/10. So we are subtracting. The rules tell us we have to use keep, change, opposite. So we're going to keep the negative 16 and 8500s, change the subtraction to addition, and take the opposite of 32 and 5/10, which is negative. All right, since we have the same signs, we're going to add and keep our signs. 32 and 5/10 plus 16 and 8500s gives me 49 and 3500s, and they're both negative, so it is a negative. Last one, number 10. What is the value of the expression negative 6 times 3 4/10? So we have to do 34 times 6. Again, you're going to ignore the decimal, just line up your numbers. You would get 204. Now we need to move our decimal back in. One place value, you would have 20 4/10. Since our signs are different, it is a negative number. All right, I want you to go ahead and move on to the practice problems. If you have any questions over the practice problems, go ahead and send me an email. After you finish with the practice problems, then you can go ahead and take your retest.